People speak of love as though it were war, a battlefield. I have never understood this. I can't help but believe they must be wrong. War and its subsequent bloodshed is all appetite. It takes and takes until even victory resembles hunger more than anything else. Love seems to me a different entity entirely. Not bloodshed, not suffering, but surrender, stewardship. Something far more akin to a frail life kept warm through the winter, to tending a lamp through a long, stormy night. Sometimes I think most are frightened by the true nature of love. There is an uncanny discomfort in being loved simply as a possibility. Some dress it in flattering language, yet beneath the sulk of those names is often a quiet dissatisfaction, a hand forever reaching past the person before it toward a more desirable horizon. Often, all because so many are frightened by the concept of radical acceptance, radical forgiveness. I wonder if love, in the entire truth of it, begins where that reaching comes to an end. Perhaps romantic love is far more rare than we've been led to believe. Can you look at someone and love them for who they are in this very moment, without reaching for whoever they have the potential of becoming? Can you look at them, at their faults, at their betrayals, at their insecurities, weaknesses, and fears, and love them? Not despite it all, but because of it? If your answer is no, then how can you claim something is love when it is truly just gentle ambition with the added benefit of vague affection and limerence? That itself is not nothing, but we must strive to be far more wary so as not to give it a false name. Peace is found through seeing rightly, not through the delusions of gluttony and envy. Maybe love is in the moment where we find ourselves sitting beside another soul and find no urgency within ourselves to revise it. Or in the hours of encountering their fears, their failures, the small fractures running through them like veins in stone, and feel not disappointment from within the depths of rib cages, but instead recognition. Not because these things are beautiful, but simply because they are true. The world is crowded with affections that mistake control for intimacy. They arrive loudly, harshly. They carry banners and horns and unequal demands. They mistake turbulence for depth, jealousy for meaning, and unconsensual emotional suffering for proof. But real things rarely announce themselves. Rain does not declare its arrival to the roots. The moon exerts its influence without argument. Even breath enters the body quietly. Perhaps love belongs among such things, not an eruption, an atmosphere, a settling, a warmth that moves gradually from the heart into the bones until the distinction between being loved and being alive becomes difficult to articulate. The older I become, the less tolerance I have for imitations. The exhausting, fabricated moments and cloying, revised events. It appears I truly can no longer bear the aspartame cruelty of false love. It no longer drives me into fury or frustration. Instead, it leaves me tired, yet still moving away from it. Perhaps, in a sense, far too easily. I am most adamantly convinced that love should not feel like consumption. Love is not chaos or fear or ultimatums. Love is not guilt. Love is not rage. Love is not possession or control. Love simply is silence, breathing, being. Love is not deriving passive contentment from this feeling. Love is proven in moments of true divine euphoria and bliss, from the way this eternal rarity settles into your bones. That is love. Anything less is simply dishonest.